We begin with Hurricane Ian now moving north after making landfall and battering Cuba, gaining strength and expected to become a Category 4 hurricane. The latest track showing Tampa taking a direct hit. That city expecting the worst storm it's seen in a century.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has declared a state of emergency, calling up 5,000 National Guardsmen. Mandatory evacuations are already underway in some areas, and we have team coverage this morning. Ginger starts us off in Tampa. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning, George. A calm and overcast sky here in Tampa, and it will look a whole lot different in 48 hours when the bulk of Ian makes its way toward Florida. But let's go ahead and talk about where the storm is now. It is over Cuba, going to exit into the Gulf of Mexico and intensify again today as it takes aim at Florida. Now, the current track takes it right over Tampa. That is a worst case scenario. That is something that we do not want to see, a major Category 3 hurricane making landfall early Thursday morning right over the bay. That would push a ton of water. It would have incredible winds. But this track has been moving southeast, so everybody from Sarasota down to Venice, even Punta Gorda and Fort Myers needs to keep a look on this because we've got hurricane warnings along the coast and so much preparation to go.
This morning, Hurricane Ian made landfall as a Category 3 in western Cuba, lashing that island with winds of 125 miles per hour. All that after roaring west of Grand Cayman. Hurricane hunters flying into the eye to gather data as it rapidly intensified. And this is just the beginning. Ian is still strengthening as it heads north toward Florida. Storm drains in Miami already overwhelmed by tropical moisture days ahead of the storm. Water spewing from the middle of the street. Florida under a state of emergency with hundreds of thousands of mandatory evacuations already underway. Tampa Bay preparing for a worst-case scenario. If they take a landfalling major hurricane, it will be the strongest storm for Tampa in a century. In Hillsborough County, lines to fill sandbags were long, some folks waiting an hour.
It's very scary, lots of unknowns. We don't have gutters in our house. I'm very concerned about the flooding and the rain.
A similar scene in Pinellas County. People boarding up windows as the hurricane looms.
So many of the beaches west of Tampa have erosion issues just from regular thunderstorms or sunny day floods. But now with this huge monster of Ian coming at them, erosion will be a problem.
FEMA loading 360 trailers with more than 2 million meals as 5,000 guardsmen from the state are being activated. Several schools and universities canceling class.
Just be prepared to lose power. I think that that's something that people should expect. And depending on the severity of the storm, those power outages can be lengthy.
Long lines ballooning at supermarkets, shelves cleared of the essentials.
Just topping off some gas for generators. Hopefully don't have to use them. Just getting prepared.
Throughout Florida, gas station lines also swelling as people either gear up to stay or to get out.
They say mandatory evacuation. It's time to go.
You've probably heard time and again that a 5 to 10 foot surge here would be terrible because we're so vulnerable. Look at our drone. I've got this telestrator now that I can help you understand. As the water piles up from south to north, it will go and converge into these smaller rivers, the canals. It will overflow, and that's when we're going to end up seeing major issues, not just along the coast here, but in the worst case scenario with a Category 3 storm, we could end up seeing flooding for miles inland. One of the peninsulas here that you're looking at that goes down to an Air Force base could end up flooding across 3.5 miles. The storm surge warnings also up with watches to Jacksonville. Michael?
All right, Ginger, thank you for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.